What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the Golden Door Garage. So, we were open, except that's when everything went crashing down. As I'll show you, it all started with the plasma table having a failure. STV, CNC, awesome company to work with. I called them, sent them the video, explained what had happened, and they went, "Oh my God, we're so sorry." And next day air, the parts are on their way. New harness for the failed piece. So no big deal, just one of them things that it happens. Very happy with the machine still, love it. And we're gonna have a lot of cool plasma cutter footage in this episode. But that meant the plasma went down. No worries. I had some stuff I needed to weld and work on for the big oven and for the air conditioning. Lead set on the big TIG welder goes bad. So my welder's down, my plasma's down. My big oven isn't finished. I don't have air conditioning in the building yet because of both of those being down. And we decided that the filters in the spray booth weren't working, so the spray booth went down. Kind of turned into chaos. But you know what? You guys will be proud. We rallied back and we get things going.
Okay, so up first for the failures is going to be our plasma cutter. I don't know what happened. I guess my head wasn't in the game and we weren't paying attention. But this particular cut, which was going to be our logo, just totally failed on so many levels. First, I start cutting, and right here you see it starts to slow down and make incomplete cuts. It's not making the whole pass. Turns out it was a really simple problem. I hadn't flipped the air compressor on. But I did that, everything got up to pressure, and we took off, resuming our cut, just like we'd planned. But then, failure number 2 happens. If you watch closely, the lead from our Z-axis sensor falls off. Turns out it was just not crimped on all the way from the factory, and so it rode around for a few weeks and came off. But I didn't mind, I just let it go and continued to cut. Then the big issue. Yep. The Z-axis sensor is supposed to detect when there's a collision, and before it pulls the head off, or if it pulls the head off, it shuts the machine down immediately. I just disabled it. Oh, this was such a headache. I got it put back together, I manually overrode the safety, and continued on. STV, when I contacted them, was so apologetic. They said they don't know how this happened. It had to have tested good there, and I'm sure it did. It's just one of those fluke things that happens. No worries, they overnighted us a new sensor.
You guys remember we built this and we were running regular household furnace filters was the plan. Well, those are certainly not going to hold up, so we've gotten some new filters. These are our new filters. They have 72 feet worth of material in each one, and we're going to run 4 of those. So that should be a little bit more suited to what we're doing. Okay, so I've cut this out. That's going to be where the air filters mount for our spray booth. I've got this flat bar stock. I'm going to blow a hole in the center of it. The nut that I welded onto a washer are going to go in the center. And then you will be able to take a piece of threaded rod, we'll put it on the bottom of the big filters, and they will just go in and screw in to those. Alan and Ben have already knocked all of the old filter retention system out, and they've notched it out so that the bar stock will fit in there, and it should all seal tight around the edge here.
Here I was welding a couple of nuts to the washers for the filters, and this is where my torch leads started getting hot, and I found out that I had a clogged lead and that they were junk. Welder down.
Alright, so you've seen us play with some little RC cars in the shop before. I'm going to throw a little bit of footage up that after things started going wrong, we needed to blow off some steam, so I got out one of the big electric cars, the Creighton 6S, some other stuff, and started tinkering. Give my boys something to do while they're hanging out on summer break at the shop, and just kill some time. Donut contest!
So yes, you can hear this car clicking and making some bad noises. It had a gear issue, the gear was torn up, and I told him to just run it until it let go. And well, it did.
Oh, his is broken.
Man, this 4x4 slash is fun. Now on for the Creighton. We decided we'd jump it inside. Didn't go so smooth, but I wanted a backflip. Yep, probably time to take this outside. And I got the backflip. Now, with parts showing up, it was time to get everything back up and running.
So the plasma cutter makes pretty short work of this 3/8 bar. And conveniently, I can just position the bar underneath where the torch is at. We've got a file loaded that's going to cut a small circle. And based on earlier in the week issues, we have a checklist to make sure that we don't have problems. Come over here, select my project position as the center, and then click go. Just like that. Perfect hole. All right, we're gonna try and put the plasma's accuracy to the test. Alan has requested a 5/16 hole right here on the end of this piece of 3/8 plate. Doesn't give me a lot of room to play around there, but I think we can do it. Let's give this 5/16 hole a shot. Oh, we did it. Knock a little slag loose here. Pretty close, but we got it. All right, TIG welder about to be back up and running. Brand new lead set for that, 25 foot. Let's get it put on.
Okay, with the plasma back up and running and now the welder, things were looking good. All that was left was to weld here, finish up this filter base, and then I could have the spray booth back up and running and get back to work on the oven.
All right, we didn't. Well, we didn't quite get it all on film. There was some mild emotions being shown. Turns out that we got the bar installed backwards onto the piece of metal from the initial plan. But
It's the welder's fault. Yeah, it's the welder's fault. The guy holding the phone right now.
apparently it's all on me.
So, with the filter booth back up and running, it was on to the oven and other projects. So we had sheeted out the outside last week, and then this week we were trying to finish out the interior. It took all three of us to move the full sheets and hold them in place while somebody else drilled holes and riveted the pieces in. But man, this oven is coming together so nice and is so beautiful. All the seams lined up wonderful, everything looks really clean, and we're really excited to have this thing. All that's left really after this is one more piece on the ceiling and a little work on the back wall. But I'm sure that in the next video or so, this thing will be ready to go. Okay, so with the plasma cutter all the way back up and running, it was time to really start pushing the limits of what I could do. Or at least what I can do right now, I think. So, found a file I liked, made some edits appropriately, got it scaled, and decided I'd set it up to cut it out and make us some cool decorations. We're planning to have a full Etsy store, and there will be stuff on our website for sale as well as soon as it goes live, and of course custom requests are welcome. Otherwise, we will have a large selection of stock products. So definitely stay tuned to check all that stuff out and get your guys' own piece of the Golden Door Garage product. I really like this design. I kind of got the whole, you know, America, freedom, Second Amendment vibe going on, and it was really cool. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments below.
All right, guys, so big shout out today to one of my friends, Eric Bell. Brought out his gorgeous looking Mustang. It will be back at the shop at some point, I'm sure, for work. And Eric came out, saw the shop for the first time, and dropped off some goodies that we are going to work on for him. So he'll be back out here, and maybe sometime we'll get some cool clips of this car doing fun things. All right, guys, so thank you for hanging out with us. We've had an awesome time, and we are excited that we are now open. Of course, you saw, as soon as we said we're open, that's when chaos came into play. But we got it all taken care of. New leads are on the TIG welder. Beautiful, works great, no leaks, very happy. We got the part from STV CNC overnighted to us. Got that installed, of course. It's up and running, perfect, ready to go. Ben and Alan put in a ton of effort. They got the new filter setup installed and finished out a little bit of the back wall that we were still lacking in the spray booth. So it's 100%, and we are really ready to get going. So the next episode is going to be more progress on the last few things in the shop, air conditioning and the big oven, and customer stuff coming in. Also, I want you to know, though, that doesn't mean that everything's totally smooth sailing, because once everything was up and running, I got to measure out some pieces, and I plasmaed them out for the door on the big oven. And remember a long time ago when I had an issue with a piece of foam in like the second or third episode? Yeah, my dyslexia hit again. I cut two of these pieces and didn't think to test fit the first one. This piece was supposed to be 47 3/8. It is actually 43 7/8. I looked at all of my stuff, looked at my tape measure, measured it twice, wrote it down wrong, programmed it into my computer wrong, cut it, bent it, and there we go. So I guess we're gonna have to scrap that piece and cut it up into some art. We'll see you next time at the Golden Door Garage, guys.